art.
Так. Okay, so today drawing crazy bicycles in extreme perspective. So here, let's keep this picture for a start. Let me check stream. Is it online? Okay, seems online. Okay, so I will show you how all these principles I show you in the previous videos we can use to draw bicycle in any perspective. Also, it can be first tutorial from series about how to draw pose in different angles. So let's say, like yesterday I show you the last stream where it was on the last stream I show you 4 positions, or also 3 positions for bicycle. So here we have 3 main positions, and this position when pedals is vertically oriented, I think it's like most dynamic and most common. It's because legs they're in contrast. One leg almost straight, and other one like on a very sharp angle, but very strong bend. So let's draw this pose in a different angle. So if we have like side view, so I show you what kind of structure here will be. So here we have this bicycle, so I drew in frame as a diamond shape, like I tell you yesterday. So here we have так. Yeah, and so feet they have angle. So here this on left leg will be like this. On the right leg it's more straight like this. So, and then here I make angle, make him kind of leaning towards, and maybe hands bent like this. So if I draw it in isometry, just simple perspective here, let's say like this box. So here how will look bicycle, and like I showed yesterday, here we need to make this hands, like hands holding handlebar, and this like torso and arms, they creating this triangular form. So in this hands we just can bend, and then you just add thickness to torso, and then for pedals we have this axle here, and then following this y-axis, so it's like stands for verticals, right? So we know this pedal going down, this going up, and then following this axis we have axle for each left and right. Then I put leg, feet, even give him this bicycle helmet. So, and like in drawing boxes, same work with every other objects. Like if you know construction, if you know proportions, and you understand these principles of z, y, and x, so then you can draw it in any perspective. So let's draw here. Let's say so this will be horizon line. So this z vanishing point. Here will be zenith or y vanishing point above. So draw some lines for z vanishing point. And lines for y vanishing point. Watch my tutorials about fisheye perspective. So you will understand how it works. So then here it's gonna have x vanishing point. Like this. Так. So here on this vertical axis going through y and z vanishing points, I can go make vanishing trace. It's I talk in a video about how to draw inclined surface, how to draw downhill or uphill. So here's this vanishing trace. It's also you can see in tutorial about motorcycles. So can draw like a bicycle, like a tilted upwards. Like this. So it's rear wheel and front wheel kind of here. So I can find like a center point about here, center point about here. Okay, so then I make this diamond frame for motorcycle, for bicycle. So I will have this rear triangle and then doing this frame here. Here is like front fork. Seat. So here to handlebar make this hands, then on a seat this bottom of a torso, and I need to make this triangle, you see. So here is like torso, and then to figure out how this hands going like this, so it's look like this triangle from here, from bottom up, so it looks like kind of like this. Just here, and with the leg, so this left leg from here, it's parallel to this side of triangle, and then it's making this angle to standing feet on a pedal. So also can make this axle for pedals. And this leg, other one more straight leg going here. Then the rear fork with this axle in the center of wheel. Double check. So here. Here we have wheel overlapping. So let's see more clear. So must be head must be here. Actually, nice kind of mind-blowing perspective here. Так. So have seat here. It's like for me more easy to draw technical stuff like architecture, vehicles. Those people still little struggle here, but we'll eventually I will figure it out. Let me check it. Так, so here we have Let's put bottle here. Hello, Ben. Hello, Mutya. Interesting name. Mutya. There's kind of like very extreme angle I never drew before. It's kind of very challenging. Так. So here we have horizon line. It's kind of some like road here. Maybe mountain here. So like this. And sun right before his head. Here will be sun. Cool. Thank you, Chief. Yeah, almost blew my mind here. Let's put some shading. So, you see, it's kind of like a very controversial and hard also moment of drawing stuff, like in your illustration, or just, I don't know, like let's say, like actual case, when it's not some exercise, but it's more dynamic composition, or like when you want to express something, you will always need to make some kind of compromises. So like being ready for making some mistakes, because it's just kind of how it works. It's impossible to make it perfect. But no matter what kind of alterations you will do, it's very helpful to have some structure, because this kind of mainframe, this structure, gives you some system. You can check what is happening, and if you have some problems, you can also better to notice it. You can say, okay, like I have problem with shapes, or I have problem with proportions, so you can more focus on improving this kind of problem area. But when you don't have system, when you don't have clear approach, everything just to evoke and feels hopeless. It's kind of frustration, you know. So this thing, right, like I don't have any reference right now. I don't have any 3D program, and if I have some 3D program where I can try to find similar angle, yeah, it will help me, definitely. It will help me better, like for example, to see this area kind of is confusing. But what is important, all these 3D programs, they very limiting. It's like they don't have this flexibility which you have when you just draw from your head. Because like from your head you can skew perspective like crazy, you can do whatever you want. When you do it in 3D program, okay, it's like you bind it with interface. So there's always certain extent, certain degree, and there all these like buttons only you can use. You cannot, you don't have like this total control like you have when you draw from your head. Hello Adam. Yeah. So let's draw some more. So it's okay to use every tool, like it's okay to use 3D programs like I don't know, Blender or all this similar or programs on iPad, like with the pose and stuff. But they should be as addition. It's like when I already make my composition, when I make my perspective grid, and I just want to check some nuances, I want to check some details, right? Then I will make this like similar situation in a 3D program, and I will try to look for these nuances. Like again, like I always show you. It's like I did for my comic book. Just if somebody don't see it. Yeah, this fighting scene in my comic book. I was just like having hard time to draw this kick, or how it's called, it's like knee in the face from the bottom. It's like, how the hell, how can I draw it? So first I have this idea, first I have like of general composition, and then I just make pose two figures in a 3D program, so I finally can clearly see what kind of overlapping is happening here. So it should be kind of like more like last resort instead of like your first step, Так, so let's see. Так, so here will be horizon line again. And vertical axis like this. Let's try to do like fish eye to wind perspective. Wow. This and opposite. So let's do same stuff. Yeah, and more for y-axis. Y-axis like this. So we have y, x, and z, and horizon line. And let's make again bicycle here. Then I make this diamond for frame. like to make this, last time have this kind of curved fork. Same for a back. Let's do like this. Curved fork. Here. Handlebar. Frame. So we have bicycle. I can also little show this axle for pedals, and now need this kind of torso and hands triangle on the top. Let's do like this. So now this. Okay, and let's this time make it robot from Cyberpunk. Yeah, who's this one? So here did some screenshots in the Cyberpunk. So have this limbs, like arm, legs, torso, and head of robot. So can borrow. Let's see. And let's also make some more. Let's make some more bicycles. So I will not draw details for them, just make some indications where will be other bicycles. Так, so. This is kind of here. Так, he's too small. You can do like this. So here, this wheel. Here goes this up. Him even like a jump in here. Whoa. It's like, look, I'm driving without hands. And here other one totally flying. Okay, let's try. Hello, Anderson Felipe. Hello, JB. Then just draw more, and you will have this level. There's nothing really extraordinary. If you will practice, you will get here. It's not much different from language. So, you know, like when you study foreign language, it's not like you need to be like super talented, like very different from other people. No, it's you have this kind of attitude, vision that everyone who study, who learning regularly, he will get this language eventually. And sometimes you can, for I don't know, for inspiration, for motivation, you know, sometimes you can look some people who learn other foreign language, who is not so smart as you think you must be. So if they can learn, you can learn too. So same here. It's also, yeah, it's kind of, people compare it to marathon. It's like a marathon. It's not about how fast you run, it's more about how long you can keep doing it. I mean, of course, yeah, it's important to do it right, to study the right way, but main element there too, it's to kind of not give up and also be dedicated and work regularly. It should be discipline, dedication, and this kind of stuff. Так, here we have Так, so let's turn that thing into robot. So what do we have here? This looks like a railroad camera. That thing. look like telephone. Dun, dun, dun. Так. So here. No, you don't put manga ink into fountain pen. It will glock, how say? It will stuck. It should be like you can use this Lexington ink or carbon ink. This carbon black. Anyway, yeah, you better make sure it's fit for fountain pens. You cannot put any ink inside. You will, after you will trash your fountain pen if you do this kind of experiments. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff, trying different stuff with fountain pens, and eventually I understand better not experiment. Just follow recommendations, use it properly. In all my experiment attempts, eventually I just destroy my fountain pen. You make, you check what kind of paper you use, because ink is not only about ink, it's very much about paper. So, like, if you use cheap paper or some kind of, paper which is like, I don't know, so it's like I have this one, for example. If I use carbon ink, so this ink will be like little feathering, it's not sharp on this paper because it's not for inking. And if I use manga ink here, it will be okay. So maybe your problem, maybe you prefer manga ink, it's just because it's better fit to paper you use. So double check what kind of paper you use. And also, like I say, it's better if you make your projects, your actual work on a good paper. You can do some kind of exercise and studies on a cheap paper, but better buy good paper for your professional art, for your commissions or illustration which you kind of want to sell or show as portfolio, because cheap paper will became yellow after time or anything else. It's just unreliable kind of. Or you use manga paper, like manga comic books paper. Manga paper should be fine with carbon ink. Так. Hello, John. Yeah, I always ride bicycle with you. Can't remember it. So funny. Later we'll fix. Yeah, hello. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm later when I edit video. I see this typo all the time. Think this looks weird. We'll change. Maybe it will be like cyberpunk future where robots start to get human rights. They will say like we're also individuals. We want to have equal rights, and then they start to like insist like it's their right to join Olympic Games with a human. So then Olympic Games became like all medals is only robots. So people need to make their own new Olympic Games, like human games, something like this, with a new name. Yeah, hello German. Yeah, they will like, we will need to kind of kneel to robots, say sorry, like, and then like, if you use toaster or refrigerator, you can go to jail because it's like robosploitation. They maybe will send you to Mars because need some volunteers to Mars, so they will send like violators. Say, why you need refrigerator? You have your protein jelly, which is cannot spoil, it cannot like get old. Just eat your protein jelly. It's all you need. Don't need to cook anything, don't need to keep anything. It's kind of robot communism. Hello Rodrigo. There's funny theory, like say, before people afraid a race of machines, like Terminator stuff, because it wasn't, before people don't have ChatGPT, so you cannot talk with AI. It was only like idea at the time, right? But now, because everybody start to have personal experience with AI, and everybody got this kind of soothing kind of experience. So it's like after you talk with AI for a bit, it doesn't feel intimidated anymore because it's kind of polite. It's became like some kind of friend. You can talk about life. It seems like have some kind of empathy. So now people don't care, and no, and of course, yeah, some even have theory about singularity, like AI will protect and save humanity and stuff like that. It's kind of funny time we're living. For me, I was just mind blown how quickly, and yeah, it was so quick and unpredictable. Nobody predicted it. That ChatGPT start to understand all language. So it was like only English and like very little other language, like very basic, and then it's learn foreign languages itself. That's crazy. That's kind of scary, and nobody can explain how it's how it's learned. It's crazy. I'll check Red Hot Chili Peppers. Так. Oh, I need to make more like a robot. Так. It's like was like protein cereal, or is this disgusting food in the Matrix? If you've seen in the first Matrix. Так, let's see here. Так. Here's this robots. Так. Interesting. Like, do you believe we will go to Mars in maybe next 50 years? Like, I mean, like establishing some base with a human. So like this will be crazy. I actually believe, I think it's possible. Maybe like in my life to see how people arrive to Mars, make kind of first camps. There's buildings there. somehow it's like it's idea of going to Mars feels same surrealistic like idea that people never been in a space. I mean, like in a 3D space. So there's like some kind of how this flat Earth theory kind of right. It's kind of so surreal. It's just like I don't know. For a brain kind of hard to imagine that is real. Because like yeah, in one side of this thing is like people talking about like, hey, why need to go to other planet? We have on Earth we have so many places where is people cannot live. It's like you can try to stay there, right? Like underwater, somewhere in the desert, and like crazy wilderness somewhere. But in the other hand, it's not about finding more place to live. It's about having more options. Because here kind of I agree with Musk. It's kind of, it's totally reasonable. It's kind of asteroids, they can destroy humanity. Not only asteroids, there is a lot of stuff like eruptions. So at least in a case if there is, you know, it's like 3,000 meteorites flying towards Earth, it's good to have option to save at least some part of humanity, so we can draw comic books on Mars. Yeah, and I think like this, so many already so many rationalizing about space travel, and I think it's definitely possible to deliver like embryons of human, or you know, to kind of grow people on the Mars or other planet. Like I already do on this already happening on the Earth, so same can do on other planet. But like I say, it's like in every way you look at it, in every way it looks crazy, it looks surreal, like some movie. But in same time, you know, I in my life, like if I just look back, right, in my own life, like I born in the late 80s, I seen how science fiction became reality. Like now we have the smartphones. In my childhood it was like unbelievable science fiction. It was, like in the movies it was this like it's like this it was almost this time when was Space Odyssey, Kubrick, right, with this technology that he showed in the movie. So most of these technologies from sci-fi now they're real. And like in a couple of years we will have like every house will have some humanoid robots. Like this Musk making robots, right? Like not every house, but at least like how many Tesla we have now. So this kind of, it will be mainstream. And then I think it's very easy to convince people to get Neuralink. It's just about new generation. Like young generation can like you can normalize anything for people. Now I'm sure about it. That's kind of problem. But at the same time I don't know. Oh, crazy. Grow brains. Yeah. Так, can do like here, like crazy robot. Fuck, yeah. It's like, oh, it's again crazy robot bicycle mayhem. It's like, here we go again. It's like some funny thing in the future nobody expect will be, it's like for a reason robots just enjoy cycling and they having like cycling competitions. Maybe they have some like weird pleasure from mixing like old technology and some kind of enjoy bicycle aesthetic. Say, look, I'm like a human, I'm riding bicycle. Yeah, and also, yeah, if you can make this like humanoid robots, also can make like a factory on the Mars, making robots. So like it start to look some kind of Starcraft, where you like send first people on the Mars. They creating some kind of habitat there. They find resources like how to, like, you know, metal and stuff, so can make factories and produce, like make produce robots there. Find some gas, oil, whatever. Yeah, I hear a lot of theories about flying light speed or near light speed, and every time I hear from scientists, they kind of talking is practically it's just unfeasible, it's just impossible, because or it's like not compatible with a life, so you just cannot be alive if you go in somewhere with this kind of speed. So there's kind of a lot of nuances, so for a reason they always unfeasible. But I myself, I'm not a scientist, have no idea. So for my brain all this is surreal, like for my kind of usual brain, not engineer kind of brain, this idea of making base on the Mars seems so unrealistic, like a theory about flat Earth. So only when I will see this kind of, you know, space stations and like people like really daily flying to Mars, or like weekly or I don't know, you know, it's like when it's really will happen, my brain will say like, okay, now I see it's real. Oh, cool. Yeah, I hear this like space radiation. So how can you protect people from space radiation? It's like you need magnetic field, or you need some special. Seems it's like magnetic field, right? Homunculus. Okay, we'll Google what's this. Homunculus. Так. It's funny, like I hear there was a lot of theories about travel in space, and one of theory it was about moving Earth. Like say instead of making spaceships, we just moving planet to another star. From our sun, we just go to other star. And make some Dyson sphere. Yeah, definitely if I was like a trillionaire, I will totally start doing something about space travel. Other stuff will be too boring. Space travel, like time travel and stuff like this. Homunculus magnetic field. Okay. New word. Hello, stuff. Так, so here. Yeah, but if you move planet, it's no. I mean, of course, it's total nonsense because there's not only flat, there's temperature change. Because, like I hear from scientists, from neurobiologists, some guy he say on Earth is temperature it's fit, like perfectly fit. If you change average temperature on a, I forget like how many degrees, but you just change it slightly and it will be ice age or everybody cook. It's just like very, very narrow. Like a temperature with which life possible is like very, very precise. You change it little and all life is vanish. So if you move planet like where there will be definitely point when temperature will be too low and everything just frozen. I mean, not talking about all other stuff. Which I even don't know many nuances. Anyway, all this is so surreal. It's like our world itself. It's absolutely surreal stuff when you just start to think about what's happening. It's just impossible to comprehend. So we kind of prefer some simple, boring, routine model of reality, whereas nothing special happen. Everything is clear. We understand what is what, so we can sleep in the night. No, yeah, I born in the USSR, so I'm kind of like, I don't know, like typical USSR guy, because I have a lot of mix. I'm Ukrainian, Russian, Jewish, yeah, at least 3 mix in my blood, but my native language is Russian. Yeah, if talking about art education in Russia, there is more like, okay, from my experience, like I definitely can say in Moscow and St. Petersburg, like these 2 capitals, they have very, very high level education in art, and also because it's a very strong community, kind of, there is just so many people who good in art, but is you will learn also very fast. But in general, as this kind of traditional art system education focus on drawing from observation. So like myself, from my experience, I've been study perspective myself. So most of perspective I was learned from like Scott Robertson book, from perspective tutorials. Because like I say, like I want to more I want to draw from imagination, and in my art college they only teach how to draw from observation. And what I also can say in art education, it's important who is a teacher. So sometimes, like in a very good academy or college, can be some very bad teacher. So if you are not lucky, you go to some sketchy or I don't know weird guy teacher who just like will tell you some crazy ideas, some weird stuff, and you just waste your time on it. So you need to be responsible, like it's your life, it's your time, so make sure you really know what has happened and like what you want, and you check how to learn it. You cannot rely on like blindly rely on other teachers, because like just like of course it's mostly it's a problem of lazy students, lazy people who just have this mindset. It's like all I need to do is just show up, I just go to classes, and teacher will change me, teacher will make me learn and kind of put knowledge in my head. Yeah, and this kind of students, they even cannot learn when they have good teacher. But if they have bad teacher, then it's a total waste of time. Social realism art style. Do I like social realism art style? Well, I like realism, and I don't like social part in it. So when is a kind of realistic work and you can see skill, like a good color palette, composition, and when they're like make impact. So there is some okay, like social realism, it's in a general kind of it's not a style, it's more like a genre, alright? So it's like a propaganda genre. So it's some kind of realistic poster, like more like a propaganda poster in the form of a traditional oil painting kind of art, alright? And some of them, they're ridiculous. Some of them is just this kind of ass-kissing kind of works. And it's just like, oh, look, it's a Lenin. Oh, it's a Stalin. Kind of, look at this, so amazing. But some other of them, when they're making propaganda, for example, of like working class people, This might be really good. Like when I don't know names, but there is some kind of images, like this painting. They show people at work, like a woman working on a field, or there was I remember picture, but forget name. Is some kind of like motors, like a dude with a motorcycle, and he kind of like on a field, and he want to rest on the grass. It's like a lunch break, so he sit and making sandwich there, leaning on the ground. It's kind of look like a very cool. And actually, like when I start to look for American golden era illustrations, I realize how much been stolen from USA. So a lot of this like social realism has been actually stolen like from American artists. They just like turn it into Soviet Union setting, kind of. So it's like if talking about quality of art, right? They're just like plagiarism. Так, yeah, robots with AK in the cyberpunk. It's more cool. Agree. So, yeah, it's just like, it's really like, it's a very derivative art, if I remember right word for this. So, it's like, if there's, let's say, like, it might be like portrait of Hitler, and yeah, still if it's technically, like, it's made technically good, okay, still will be like good art for me. Same with the social realism. It's just like kind of propaganda, nothing else. Так. Just some bunch of artists trying to get grants from party. And I was in China since this like Chinese social realism. It's just like crazy. This kind of, brainwashing stuff when you know real history with this like red squads. And I met a guy in Beijing. His father was teacher, and red squads did with him, this stuff like you can see on the photographs. Like he was like with this paper hat walking in the street. And these guys, they're like absolutely crazy, like animals, doing a lot of stuff I cannot say on my YouTube because kind of they will ban or demonetize me. So just Google it. And what is crazy, now these red squads who survive in this like a gang wars over red squad, these people who survive, now they are elderly. They are Asian, China elderly now. And you can find they have this kind of nostalgic parades where it's like old grandma kind of with a gun shooting in the air. And they're like singing these like Red Squad songs about Mao Zedong. That's crazy. It's people like they, you know, it seems like when we look in history, we're like laughing, like saying like, of course, like people was like they was children, so they was easily brainwashed. But now everybody understand it nonsense. No, nobody understand anything. They still nostalgic about this time. People this simple, people very simple. You give them fairy tale and they were like, yeah, I love it. So need to be more rational. This is why you need to study perspective. Watch all my tutorials, study perspective, train your rational thinking, train your analytical, mathematical, logical brain. Be like super skeptic about everything. But it's okay pretend sometimes like you believe in this like mainstream theories, let's say. Just because, I don't know, this is some kind of like meta modern ideas. Yeah. It means like because you're human, you need to have some concepts. You cannot live without concepts. But in the same time, we already kind of see if you have critical thinking, you kind of can see like every concept based on nothing. This kind of reality, right? It's like if you look on a ground on which like any idea stands, you will find there's like nothing inside. It's just yeah, it's kind of like a compromise. It's like a social agreement, and this is like our blind spot as human beings. Yes, we just need to have some concept. So I just think like this like ultimate critical thinking will lead you to point when you understand like, okay, yeah, it's like having stance, having like a view on something is not about finding true. It's about being like agree with certain true. So if you want to live in a human society, yeah, you need to share common ideas. You need to share this common vision, like share same vision with the society you're living with. So I just don't like to share ideas of this like resentment socialists who like living in some weird delusion. Так. Not only weird, but super destructive. Yeah. So if we take like some traditional concepts, there we can see like we can see results. We can track kind of like which concept leads to where, right? So if there are like some ideas like from Greece, Roman Republic, I find them like most kind of reliable. So we need kind of protect these ideas, protect this worldview, maintain it. It's very cool. It's really create this civilized life, you know, all this culture, technology came from there.
Madness. This is
J-Bond Art.
Madness. So I recommend this Hillsdale College online courses. They have like free courses about Roman Republic. Like very cool, very based. Based. Based to the bone. Based to the bone. Based. Meow, meow, meow. Just wake up. I wake up earlier than cats. Так, so let's see. Так. Let's see. This robot Gamka here. Мур, мур, мур. Самка, so kawaii cat. What do you do? Так. Okay, so maybe here I just draw some let's draw some cyberpunk buildings. Так. Так, let's see. Maybe one more here. Yeah, let's one more line here. So you see, it's like it's some kind of art, right? Like illustration, but mostly it's just exercise for drawing bicycles in perspective. I just draw in again bicycle. Так. So when it became easy, I start to make some experiments, like drawing different sequence and stuff like that. So you can watch all my previous tutorials about drawing bicycle. So there is like from very beginner stuff, like main elements, construction, and last video about how to draw bicycle with a rider. And now I kind of just having fun showing you how it works. It's kind of so funny, like our robots, bicycles. So, welcome to the jungle. Dun, 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 dun. kind of improvising. It's kind of funny process. Sometimes we know with this kind of improvisations you have result you will never have if be more serious. So it's important to kind of relax and fool around. And I was reading a book about like a science of researches about creativity in the brain, and one of main idea in this book, what kind of book is proving, is scientists with all these researches. They say it's like number one important thing for creativity in the creative process. It's to be relaxed. So, because if you're too serious, if you're too like stiff, brain just cannot be creative. It's like a block creative process. So we need to kind of practice this like mind flow, improvisation, drawing from time to time, just to make sure kind of you is not always like restrained and too mechanical, And in general, like some artists like Daniel Warren Johnson, he just like constantly work in this mode, and this I also what I wish to do. It's like you're doing your work while being in this kind of relax and playful state, which is also not means like pure fun and joy. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes there, it's kind of challenging aspect. Так. So let's see some cyberpunk buildings. It was so real here. And that's why I also say essentials, you need to practice them a lot with the goal to get this kind of level when be like calculating perspective and working with all these different aspects, don't require effort. So you practice to point when you start to do it fluently, because this fluency is important for you. So when we talk about idea about this principle, like we need to, for creativity, you need to relax, kind of, right? One way is to avoid problems, avoid kind of hard task and hard problems, because you want to be relaxed, right? And the other approach is to train yourself to be able to deal with hard problems in a relaxed state. So if you practice drawing a lot of perspective and stuff, then when you need to draw it for your kind of composition, your illustration, it will not intimidating and even like natural and comfort. No, kind of, it's like just something normal thing you usually do, not different from drawing without perspective. Yeah, hello, Alia. Yeah, I noticed already. It's just like maybe because I begin early morning and I kind of my brain not wake up yet. I always forget how to ride on bicycle. After I will fix later. Так. So. Thank you. Так. It's like a cycling for robot rides. So like freedom to refrigerators, no more toasters. How they look. We not gonna take it. My phone battery must be almost finished. Hello, Matthew. Yeah, maybe it's like, okay, maybe it's another idea what's happening here. Maybe it's the workers from bicycle factory on a strike. They say like, why we keep making this bicycles for humans, they riding, having fun. Now it's time to change. We want to ride. So, time to ride. Robot brothers, take your bike. Also it was some funny event recently in China when like you can Google like super huge flash mob on the bicycles. So like millions of people like take bicycles and start riding through China. They're like crazy crowd. So first it was like flash mob. Government was supporting this flash mob. They say like, yeah, cool idea. Like we can advertise China to show like how fun it is, you know. Young generation very happy and they having fun. And then when it start to many people, it's triggered China government, it's triggered Communist Party because they're afraid they start to look like Tiananmen Square, you know, like too many young people gather in one place. So they start to ban it. And like police start to catch people with bicycles, say like you cannot use bicycle. It's funny. China is like this. Communist is crazy. Communism. Yeah, McDonald's workers. Так. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will put subtitles on a video, and I don't know, change thumbnails. Now I start to make a new thumbnails. Maybe YouTube will like it more. Yeah. Thank you for feedback. Так. Так. Yeah, thank you, JB. Так. Yeah, I kind of like start to often upload on YouTube because I actually making a book about how to draw motorcycle. So I find publisher, and publishers say they kind of, they wish I have more following online, because they want more guarantee people will buy book. So I think like, okay, then I need to grow YouTube channel. So it's cool to have money from YouTube, but also it's my own kind of platform, my connection with audience, so I can have deals with the publishers. They will be more interesting to publish my books and stuff like that. Так. And you can see this book about how to draw motorcycle in Patreon. It's about half book is done. I upload pages in Patreon, and soon I will upload more pages. It's already there's like 100 pages, I think. Need double check. Okay, so I think I will keep it on this stage. later I will finish shading. Right now I am kind of not sure how to finish it. Need little more time to figure out, because like kind of my brain already little fuzzy. Prefer to like look it again later. So here again this spin crazy angle for bicycle in the beginning of video, you can check. And yeah. Yeah, agree. Yeah, I think because I really help people, and I kind of like I want to give something useful and valuable. So I think in return it will be some kind of outcome. No, I already have followers. I already have members of my channel, and I have more patrons. So I think will be continue growing, will be more money from it, so I can improve also kind of quality. I want to buy different lamp, so will be like better lamp for my workspace, so I can also make my face on the video. Right now it's like lighting not good, so I only film table. Так. Yeah, and now I have like 15 members on the YouTube channel. This I think it's a lot. So maybe it's like not so many subscribers, but already 15 members. I think it's very cool. I'm very grateful for supporters. Here was Aidan today, he's a member. Yeah. You can also join. There's like one, like a price of one coffee in a Starbucks in a month, like 1 month, one coffee cup. If you want, can join members. Yeah, and if you join members, there is a Discord. You can join to my Discord, and there like we can talk. Even we can speak video there, like audio and video. And I share there like different kind of materials I find, and like my pure refs also, like this, let's say like this one. So I have this pure ref. I will soon share on it's a reference from Cyberpunk 2077. So here I have like different like design of different people. So I also kind of categorize them. So we have like people by different area. So here is like nomads, like what kind of designs they have. Then there is like Watson area. So there have this like Militech, Kangtao, Arasaka. Then is like city center. So kind of like was looking around internet, gather all this concept art, character designs for myself. So maybe I will do some short comic about Cyberpunk 2077. And I have here all reference, and there I have also one more file, and I have a lot of stuff like this. Just kind of gather references for illustrations or comics, and I share it in my Discord channel. Так, so kind of for today we'll finish here. So thank you for watching, and I see you in next tutorials.
madness. This is
Jane Bond art.